back to the Sharing Stories channel, where today we're going to talk about my second week of NaNoWrimo, which the video is going to be a little bit different. I did put a lot of work into the first week and I had a lot of fun making it, but this week I did not write nearly as much every day. So we're going to look at the stats I have here on my tablet and then go from there. So I wrote for about half of the week on the 10th, 11th, 13th, and 14th. And I wrote somewhere around, 1,000 to 2,000 words on those days. But for the other half of the week, I didn't really write much. And obviously, I didn't manage to write enough words on those days to make up for not writing the other half of the week. I made notes so I would know what I was talking about. But on the 13th, I did write 2,233 words, though, which I thought was a really good, kind of push for me, but I have to forgive me, it's early morning still. So that was a really good push, and I should have kind of done that all week to keep up with my writing, but I got busy with work, finishing these classes, all these other things I'm doing, so making time for writing is something I need to do next week to make sure I make it through at least half of this novel here. So, right now, I am at 13,244 words, where I need to be at 2,582. So I have a lot of work to do to get to where I need to be, which I think next week it should be possible, because I made a video, earlier this week about, how to write more words per session, and the exercises that I did, I found what ways work for me for writing, which are either really tiny sprints or really small amounts of words, and then a break, and then doing those again, and then sometimes I end up writing even more than before, and I talk about it more in that video, so definitely look out for that coming out soon. I feel like what I learned this week, though, is that I need to be writing, if possible, when I actually want to be writing. So, hold on. When I don't want to be writing, it becomes really apparent to me because I'm watching a video and more interested in that, or looking for music to listen to, or, oh, let me check Twitter real quick, or let me check my Ko-Fi page, stuff like that. So, I need to really pay attention to when I want to be writing, and then write during those times and be as productive as possible during those times. That way I'll write more because I'm a lot more into it, because through doing some of these really short sprints, I would go further along than the amount that I had set for myself, because I had, this drive and this want to write so much. So that's definitely something I learned this week that has been really helpful for kind of changing my writing going forward, I suppose. And then a couple of things that are working for me and that aren't working for me are probably just what I said before about having small goals. So I'm going to write for 5 minutes straight. I'm not going to do anything else. I'm going to write for 5 minutes and then see how much I get written. And if I go past that time, cool. If I make it just to that time and decide not to write after that, that's fine too. At least I wrote some words. Or I'm going to sprint to the next 100 words or so and then take a 30-second break, go do it again, etc. So these really tiny sprints help keep my mind focused more than they would be if I did a 30-minute sprint, or I did, all these other kinds of sprints. So that is something I need to keep in mind going forward with my writing in general, not just for this event, but also in general. Because writing for long periods of time, it's not working because I either get distracted by something, or I need to get up because my hips and back will start hurting, so I'll go stretch, and then I'll forget what I was writing about, or, oh, I need to go make lunch or whatever. So I think just making a better, not really schedule for when I'm writing, but more of, okay, I'm going to write this much, and then this many times, and then, oh, I have a break here, in what I'm writing so I can go make lunch or I can go make breakfast or whatever. So just having more structure to my writing, I would say, is what I need. And I think this week really helped me learn that, and making a video like this where I write down my thoughts and then kind of go from there has been really helpful. So I think the way that I'm going to write even more next week is do a lot more of those smaller sprints. And I want to try one other thing, which I will let you guys know about next week if it does work out. But there is one more thing I want to try that might make it a little bit more fun for me to do the writing. It's kind of almost like a game, but still writing. It's not for the words. It's this PDF thing I printed out, and it was really cool. But I think next week my writing is going to be a lot better, and I'm going to get a lot more done, and I'm really excited to see where my writing takes me, because we are on, what section are we on? We just got to section 9, so Xander's second section, where this time he's going to the blood drive. And that section for me, I will have talked about it in the video about different ways to write more per session, but this is the section that started this novel, the part that really kind of brought to life this one sentence, story idea. So this section, like I said, it started all of that, and I always get so emotional every time I get to it, and I love it so much. So probably today or tomorrow I'm gonna really take my time to get into this section and see, what can change, what gets to stay, and make it the best it can be for being a first draft of this novel. As far as my characters and, the world and stuff is going in the story, I think it's going really well. The biggest difference for me between this rewrite and the ones I've done before, which I get like half to 2/3 of the way through the novel, but I never finish it. I'm gonna finish it this time. The difference for me this time is I added 2 more characters' points of view. So we had Xander and Celine before, but we've also added Damien and Vlad, because I think their stories are very important to add. Their thoughts, how they feel about things, and just kind of showing that they have to keep up an act for the society, but also, on the inside, since we get to hear all their thoughts, on the inside, they're really not feeling it. They don't like any of this that's going on. So adding their points of view is a very big difference for me, and I only have, from the last time I wrote, probably about 20 sections from them, and I really need to solidify their sections and make them kind of line up time-wise with the other 2 points of view that I have, which I think is working pretty well at the moment. I just have to tweak a couple things here and there as we go, so I can make sure everything kind of lines up the way it should. Like the banquet was supposed to be a different day than the Vampire Society meeting that Xander comes back for, but I made them the same day. Just the meeting was early in the morning and the banquet is later in the day, so it would make the sections flow together better, and I think it's going to go really well. So that is going to be about all for my second week of NaNoWrimo stats and thoughts. And let me know down below what you guys are thinking and how your writing is going, how you're doing in general, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.